Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Your Excellency, the Chairperson of STKIP PGRI Pacitan, the Honorable, the Vice Chairperson of STKIP PGRI Pacitan, the Honorable Lecturer and Academic Staff of STKIP PGRI Pacitan, and to my fellow university students whom I am proud of. Praise and gratitude are always expressed to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has bestowed His grace and grace so that we can gather in a meeting this afternoon in good health without any obstacles. Salawat and salam may be poured out to Prophet Muhammad SAW, whose intercession we always look forward to on the last day. Amin. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rika Nur from the 6th semester of the Mathematics Education Study Program. It is a great honor for me to stand before you all on this occasion and discuss about a topic that is very relevant to all of us, namely life crisis between social expectation and university student self-discovery. Ladies and gentlemen, as university students, we are often at the center of a vortex of a great expectation and challenging reality. The campus world is not just about academics, but also about the search for meaning, identity, and self. In our 20s, many of us start to question like, who am I really? Where will I go after this and others? This phenomenon known as life crisis, a period characterized by indexation, social pressure, and intense self-discovery. You should know that this phenomenon is not only subjective, but has also been studied scientifically. One of the studies published in the Indonesian Journal of Research and Social Study by Universitas Negeri Jakarta has shown that university students often experience life crisis due to the pressure from surrounding environment, such as a family and peers with various concerning questions. This leads me to believe that university students are increasingly experiencing identity crisis as the semester progresses due to the many social expectations that arise. Therefore, it is important for us to understand that this crisis is part of the adult process and there are ways to deal with it. This includes understanding that self-discovery is a natural process, knowing ourselves better, and stopping comparing our journey with others. As a result, we can go through the transition phase more calmly and constructively. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, one of the sources of pressure for university students today is social expectation, be it from parents, siblings, friends, society, or social media. We often feel that we must always look good, graduate quickly, get our dream job, or get married at a certain age. So, it is not uncommon for us to be saved by social standards that are not necessarily in line with who we are. Add to that, media social that showcase other people's seemingly perfect life, such as a smooth lecture, brilliant career, and happy life. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn often present an incomplete picture of reality. We don't see the struggle and failure hidden behind the scene. Psychology Today in 2018 explained that social media creates social comparison that are increased anxiety and depression, especially among university students and younger generation. Thus, social pressure makes university students trapped in anxiety and lost direction on their self-discovery process. So, how do we deal with this? First, we must accept that self-discovery is a natural process. Confusion is not a weakness, but a sign that we are growing. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala say in snippet Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 289, Allah does not burden a person except according to his ability. This first reminder that every burden we carry in accordance with our capacity. So, we don't need to feel weak that we are confused is part of the process of becoming an adult. The second step is knowing ourselves better. Dr. M.Pd, in her book The Defining Decade, states your 20s are important time in shape direction of your life, not just waiting for the right time. We can start to small things like learning to understand what we love, what our values are, and how we want to contribute to the world. So, accepting that self-discovery is a part of the growing up process will make us stronger to handle life crisis. The third step is stop comparing our journey with others. We can have different time and different ways on going through life. Success is not a straight line and identity is not a something instantly found. Oprah Winfrey on the side turned her wounds into wisdom, which teaches every failure and wounds in life's journey a valuable lesson, not a reason to give up. We should focus on our journey instead of measuring our life against other people's standards. By stopping comparing ourselves, we can better appreciate on our process and build a true life based on our potential. Ladies and gentlemen, life crisis is not a sign of failure, but is an important phase in the journey toward maturity and self-understanding. In this phase, we need to realize that social pressure and expectation, our surrounding often magnify the anxiety we experience. Moreover, we need to understand that comparing self-discovery is a natural process and growth your process. Lastly, we need to stop comparing our journey with others because every individual has own path and time in achieving their life goals. Therefore, instead considering life crisis as a burden, we should take it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and shape a future that is more in line with our value and our dreams. Thank you all for your attention. I hope what I say today can enlighten and motivate you all. I apologize if any word or action are not pleasing. Finally, Wassalamu'alaikum Wr Wb.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi